So at the Tribune, you're obviously looking closely at this new trend around dynamically personalised content.
Yeah.
What does that entail?
Well, we're trying to collect additional information from the users, of course. It's kind of in its infancy right now. Registration data is important, but I think we're going to need to, and I don't know ultimately where the company's going to go, but I believe that we need to start trying to serve more me news. Me news meaning that what's important to that specific user, right? We've been very focused on local. I know a lot of our competitors are focused on local. I believe that local for one person is different than local for another. It goes beyond just news. It goes into retail as well, right? We've seen Amazon over the past 10 years do very well with their personalization engine. They've managed to, when I log into Amazon, it's a completely different experience than when you log into Amazon, and I think we need to see more of that type of stuff. Some of that, I gave Amazon that information. I said, yes, I like this product, I don't like this product, I review a product, etc. Each one of those things weighs differently inside that algorithm, right? And other things they see just by how my traffic pattern is. What did I search for? What did I click on? What am I looking at? And you got to use both of those as signals. Not an easy thing to do, but something that we need to start looking at from the news industry.
A whole lot more suppliers of this mass customization and dynamic personalization technology, and that seems to be, to me, where search and almost everything else in marketing is headed, is creating this one-to-one customer experience, and I guess increasingly I see that customers are going to expect it once they've had a taste for it with another business or another retailer. They're going to expect it from the next one. So how important is it, I guess, to stay on top of that for
Well, I think you can do some other things too. For example, I've mentioned recently how I feel that a user experience coming from another website, for example, Dig or Reddit or StumbleUpon or Twitter or Facebook, right, might be a little bit different than a user coming from Google. Example in the news industry is what headline we put on that particular story. Okay, it might be better editorially to put 2 wings and a prayer for the Hudson River plane crash, right? It's more interesting, more catching about
words.
Right, right. But if we were to do that and try and rank well in the search engines for Hudson River or plane crash Hudson River, we wouldn't do as well, right? But from a social media aspect, we don't care. They're coming to us for another reason, right? But when we serve that for a Google user or someone coming from, more or less coming from Google or Google bot, we need to make sure that they get the more literal information on that page. Now, is that cloaking, right? I say it's not, because as long as you treat the Google user, the person coming from Google, the same experience that you give to Google bot, you're going to be fine. Because Google cares about one thing. They care about making sure that the results that are in Google are relevant and helpful to their users, right? As long as you're not playing games with that, and you're giving them the same thing that they already know, then you're good to go. So giving the user the same thing that Googlebot knows to be there, then you're fine. Now when you start switching that around, that's when you have some serious issues.
Google, I mean, they're always innovating, always evolving. Google Instant, as an example, what impact do you think that will have on the search market?
You know, I was less worried about Google Instant than what I am about Google Preview. Reason being is that Google Instant is really just a leap beyond Google Suggest, and Google Suggest has been there for quite a while. Google Preview, though, I think you need to start thinking about design. You need to start thinking about how you can attract that customer within a few milliseconds of them looking at that as they scroll through the different results and having that page show up on the side of the site. You know, does it look professional? Does it have the right type of color schemes? Does it, attract the customer to come in? You might want to look at visuals and things like that that usually are not part of SEO, but now they're becoming much more part of capturing that click from the search results.